Welcome to Quiz Gentry, friends. How good is your knowledge of HMHS Britannic? Let's find out with 30 mind-blowing facts. But before we begin, hit the subscribe button for more quizzes as we get started. Good luck! Let's take our first question. Which company owned the liner? White Star, Cunard, or P&O? White Star. She was a final Olympic-class vessel for the company. 2. Her sinking was approximately how many feet deep? 390, 12,000, or 1,000? 390. The wreck is in relatively shallow water, making it accessible. 3. What country was the ship built in? Germany, Ireland, or England? Ireland. She was built in Belfast, which is in Northern Ireland. On which deck were bulkheads raised after Titanic? C deck, D deck, or B deck? B deck. This change was a key safety improvement. 5. What was Britannic's gross tonnage? 50,000, 60,000, or 48,158? 48,158. She was technically slightly larger than the Titanic. Her maiden voyage was to which Greek island? Lemnos, Kea, or Crete? Lemnos. Her first tour took her to Lemnos to pick up casualties. She was laid down at the same slip as which sister ship? Olympic, Titanic, or Majestic? Olympic. They recycled the successful slipway for her construction. What date did the sinking occur? 1912, November 21st, or January 9th? November 21st. The sinking occurred on November 21, 1916. 9. The ship was the largest what at the time of her launch? British, German, or American? British. She held the record for the largest British ship. Question 10. What was on the grand staircase instead of a clock? Map, painting, or mirror? Painting. This unique difference set her apart from her sisters. 11. Her full name was His Majesty's Hospital what? Liner or ship? Ship. HMHS stand for His Majesty's Hospital Ship. 12. The sinking of the ship occurred in which year? 1914, 1915, or 1916? 1916. She sank just 4 years after the Titanic. 13. The design modifications were based on the loss of which ship? Titanic, Olympic, or Lusitania? Titanic. The disaster led to all her safety improvements. 14. What was the name of the captain who tried to save her? Andrews, Bartlett, or Smith? Bartlett. Captain Charles Bartlett commanded her on her final voyage. 15. What was added to the ship to aid in lifeboat launching? Davits, nets or ropes. Davits. Huge gantry davits were added to handle more boats. 16. The sinking time, 55 minutes, was much faster than what other ship? Titanic, Olympic, or Queen M? Titanic. Her speed of sinking is still a marvel to researchers. Which White Star liner was given to compensate for the loss of Britannic? Majestic, Olympic, or Homeric? Majestic. This massive German liner was a war reparation. Her hull color as a hospital ship was primarily what color? Black, red, or white? White. The white hull with red crosses identified her purpose. What was the lifeboat's capacity per boat? 50, 75, or 100? $75. The boats were large enough to hold 75 people each. Question number 20. How many watertight bulkheads did she have? 12, 17, or 14? $17. This increased number was a major safety upgrade. Britannic was originally designed to be a luxury what? Liner, yacht, or battleship? Liner. She was planned for the transatlantic passenger service. 22. The hospital wards were converted from which classes dining rooms? First, second, or third? First. The most luxurious rooms became operating theaters. 23. The number of deaths was only 30 due to what? Proximity, slow sink, or life jackets? Proximity. Being close to the island of Kia allowed for quick rescues. The ship's boilers use what kind of fuel? Oil, coal, or diesel? Coal. The explosion may have ignited coal dust in the bunkers. 25. The wreck's intact state is due to its relatively shallow what? Position, depth, or angle? Depth. The shallow depth prevented a complete breakup of the hull. Which of the following was a suggested cause of the explosion? Coal, dust, boiler, or engine? Coal dust. The ignition of coal dust was a later theory about the severity of the damage. 27. Her keel was laid down in which year? 1912, 1910, or 1911? (1911). The keel was laid on November 30, 1911. Her hull was virtually reconstructed with complete inner what? Steel, iron, or inner skin? Inner skin. A double layer of steel provided superior protection. The number of survivors was approximately how many? 500, 800, or 1036? 1036. Over 1,000 people were saved from the massive ship. Our very last question. She was requisitioned for war duty in what year? 1914, 1915, or 1916? (1915). She was called into service in November 1915. Thank you for participating, friends. Do not forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, share with your friends, and see you in the next quiz.